Hello and welcome to this edition of Bayou Time. I'm your host, Keith Whiteside, licensed clinical social worker with Terrible and Home Care. Very glad that you're joining us, and I'm very glad to be here. I'm also very glad my good friend and colleague Earl Eues is with us. Earl, welcome back.
It's good to be here, Keith. It's been a few weeks.
Yeah.
I went through Mardi Gras, and I hope you had a good Mardi Gras.
I really did. I actually drove to one parade.
One parade.
Dropped off my wife, went and saw some people who needed some help.
You know, it's a great celebration for our area, and you got to give it to the crews and the people that belong to them to do what they do and provide us with that entertainment in our parish, and it's good for our parish.
You know, it really is, and it's good for our parish for that 10 or 11 days for Mardi Gras, but those crews do so much all year for the community that it's really impressive. I'm fortunate enough that I get to kind of sit here and talk with them about all the things that they do for us and our community all year long, but those are some very involved crews. They care a great deal about our community, and they have a good time during Mardi Gras week. But it kind of leads up to that.
They sure do, and I mean it's a large contingent of residents that belong to the crews here, and
right.
And some of the crews have some people from out of town that also come in to ride with them. But you know, it's a great time for our parish and to get together, and it's very family oriented.
Right.
So I think it's a good thing for us.
And not only did we see that, and of course we would have preferred to have less issues and incidents. However, we had probably one of the largest Mardi Gras, according to our law enforcement in the area, than we've ever had.
Yeah, I think they put out some waste numbers, you know, and the solid waste department picks up all the waste, and it was a big increase. You know, you got to remember the last few years we've been dampered by COVID and Ida, so
sure.
This is really the first Mardi Gras since those periods that people could really get out and enjoy.
And I can tell you the good news and the good news. The good news was at Mardi Gras we enjoyed. The other good news, I could tell how much by volume was with those things that are recyclable items near the mall. I have never seen the unit by the mall full. And on Sunday night, that unit was completely full. Could not get another water bottle in. And so pretty remarkable. And so that kind of lets us know, you know, for me, I have a tendency, I do recyclables for 4 households. I'm not sure why. Well, I know why I do 2 of them, but the other 2 just been helping out with just some people that need kind of help getting rid of boxes. And so I kind of go to 4 different sites to drop things off. The one at the Civic Center, completely full as well.
Oh, wow.
Last week.
Yeah.
So, and they're having trouble keeping up. That's how I know. But with the volume of people that we had in our area, the volume of people riding, we haven't really seen or gotten any information from a parish standpoint or state about a significant uptick in COVID.
No, we haven't. You know, and I don't know. I mean, not sure why. Okay, because we had a lot of people here, a lot of people. You know, a lot of contact with others, and I think we're getting better at sanitizing our hands and doing it. It's almost become habit now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I probably hand sanitize 20 to 25 times a day at least.
Yeah. I mean, and everywhere you go, people still have the little hand pumps, and when you see it, you use it. So
right. It's become second nature.
It has, and I think people still kind of keep their distance from people. I mean, we're just kind of used to that right now. But I'll tell you what, there's a lot in the air right now. It's pollen.
And look, even people that don't normally have sinus issues or people that don't normally have a problem with some of these sinus infections are really feeling it with these allergies.
Yeah, you just look at your car and you can see all the pollen dust on it. And, we've had some pretty windy days also.
Right.
So, and that contributes to that. But, and there's still some other respiratory infections still going around. I mean, it's just that time. And look, we're moving into the spring, okay? So, a lot of these respiratory illnesses will be slacking down or the numbers will be going down, and we'll be able to enjoy our spring and our summer this year, hopefully without any additional worries.
Yeah, and look, some of those things are becoming pneumonia and are becoming some upper respiratory infection like bronchitis. the interesting thing about those is they tend to be lingering. And then, I mean, I've known several people that not only have they had this lingering cough, but they've had like muscular or some issues internally secondary to the cough with these significant coughing. So, they have some of those things happening as well.
Right. So, COVID's still there.
Yep, it's not going away.
It's not going away. It's
Right.
not, tell everybody it's almost like the flu. I mean, it's as far as it being here.
Right.
Okay. So we'll always have to deal with COVID and with the flu at the same time. But I think people have fairly understood what they need to do to try to protect themselves.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. You kind of mentioned as we close out the segment, talking a little bit about how it's kind of affected people in different places that you see. We've got two people. We only have a staff of about 15 or 20, but we have one that was kind of out with COVID and another who's masking. And I thought, okay, those have become pretty normal things. Yeah. A person being out, another person just being really careful, and that's okay. And we can make those decisions about when we do that, when we don't. I don't think I'm going to fly here in the next 6, 8, 10 months without masking. I've just heard too many people kind of getting that through that close environment and those kinds of things. I like where we are and being able to have those discussions, good Mardi Gras numbers, having that discussion about what we've done with and for Mardi Gras and the people in the Mardi Gras cruise and what they do for us. I want to talk about some of the ways that we're going to be able to communicate. Listen, one of those things that we are very proud of is our preparation for hurricane season. And hurricane season now, we're in March. It's just a few months away.
3 to be exact.
3, that's exactly right. 3 months here this week where we are preparing for hurricane season. And there's a lot of things we need to think about, but the parish is making it easier. We can tell by some of these systems that come through about being able to get information.
Yeah, we, during an event, the most important thing is to be able to communicate.
Right.
And we found that during Hurricane Ida, some of the suggestions that we had gotten after the storm, talking to different people, was to try to find more ways to get information out. So we have worked on that. We're able to push information out through our websites, through social media, and then, we have an app also. And we have a telephone system that'll push information out that people get phone calls in the middle of the night.
When we need them.
When you need them,
right.
Especially under a tornado warning. But and so we have a lot of ways to do that, and we're coming up with some new ideas for the next hurricane season.
Okay.
That's coming up in order to facilitate getting information out, and you guys as HTV is going to be a part of that also.
This is exciting. I love the fact because we want to make sure that we're getting that information out, working with the parish and working with your office, and through the EOC has been so helpful.
Yeah,
and just that partnering has been tremendous.
So so let's start talking about some of the ways to try to get that information. Everybody knows we have a Facebook account,
right?
So Terrebonne Parish Office of Homeland Security Emergency Preparedness. So a lot of information gets pushed out on that as through the years, and as we come into Hurricane Week, we will start posting information on that. Hurricane Awareness Week, we'll start posting information out on there, and then that information is pushed over to Twitter. Mm-hmm. And our Twitter account is TOHSEP, which is the first letter of our office, Terrebonne Office of Homeland Security Emergency Preparedness. So we use that quite a bit to push out information. And then we have what we call a reverse 911 system. Mm-hmm. Basically what it does is we have cell phone numbers and landline numbers, which are less than ever right now.
Right.
Most people don't have a home phone, and if they do, it's not plugged in.
Right.
Me.
Yeah. You and I, we have the same exact situation. Have a home phone, not plugged in.
So,
sure why, but we do.
But we're able to push out to cell phones, which has been great.
Yes.
To be able to do that, and then and like I said, we've used it a couple of times, and quite a few times when we have tornado warnings and severe thunderstorm warnings, and people can go online for that system. It's called Terrebonne Alert.
Right.
You can go to our webpage, which is tohscp.com. And then you can go on our webpage. You can find where it says Terrebonne Alert. You can click on there. You can register to receive these alerts, and you can register what alerts you want to receive.
Right, right.
You can also turn it on or off.
Right,
You
right.
know, if you don't want to get notified at night. But some things are going to go through whether you turn those on or off, especially like a tornado warning. You're going to get that warning and all the hurricane warnings. So we use that, and then we have our app, which is available for Android and Apple. I think we have a picture of it. That's our app. You can scan it if you have your phone with you now. You can scan the QR code, or you can search Terrebonne OSEP in the Google Play or Apple App Store. And then you can download this app, and there's all types of things you can do on the app, and all types of information you can get, and it's instantaneous. Like, you know,
Yes, automatic push.
Yes, when we send a message out, it pops up on your phone, and you see what the message is. You can also report incidents on here too.
Right,
So
right.
like electrical outages, just anything that you may need to report to our office, you can do online. This has been a big help. We've gained a lot of people using the app. And every event that we have, we typically have more people, signing on to the app. So, and we've been using it for like road closures and other parish information that we're trying to push out to people that we think is relevant for people to know. So we've been doing that. But the most exciting thing that we have coming up for the next hurricane season is we found that people during a hurricane, they relied on their cell phones to try to get a lot of information. The problem with the cell phone is you got to keep it charged. You got to have electricity to charge it.
Yeah.
Okay? And then you got to have service.
Right.
Okay. So we try to find a way. How do we try to steer people away from the cell phone when they don't have the service and the electricity? We need to start using the radio.
I love it.
Okay, there's battery operated radios people
Sure.
can purchase. You can buy spare batteries. You can get one that has a hand crank on it. Okay, so talking to the state HTV owner Martin Foss, Martin says they can broadcast on the radio. From whatever's happening here at the desk onto radio, and people could hear it while they're working in their yards, while they're cleaning up their house, driving back and forth to try to get commodities or in line for commodities. They'll be able to do that. So, and then we're also working with one of the largest power radio stations in the parish. It's about 100,000 watts, so it covers the whole parish.
That's awesome.
Okay, to start broadcasting on maybe a 12-hour basis the first few days after the storm, so people can get that information, and it's readily available on a battery-operated radio.
Wow. Or the radio in your vehicle. Like
Or the
you
radio
said.
in your vehicle.
You've got lots of options for that. We're looking forward to that and partnering, again, with the parish to be able to do that. And so thank y'all for thinking outside the box, or outside the phone, if you will, because sometimes we have to do it outside of our phone. Great information, Earl. Really appreciate it. It's going to make this very quiet hurricane season much easier, and that's what we want.
I hope so.
Nice and quiet. All right, guys, we appreciate Earl Eues as always, and thank you for joining us. We're going to take a short break, but we'll be back with Bayou Time. Don't go anywhere.